Howdy y'all, it's Heike here and welcome to another adventure. We are continuing in Final Fantasy XIV Endwalker, where we have finally discovered what triggered the original final days. So remember, with everything that's been going on, our final days are happening now. I actually went to the past to figure out what happened in the first final days, what triggered it, because if we can figure out what started it, we might be able to figure out how to stop it in my current time. So, we went back to Elpis, the research facility, and we were hanging out with not exactly Mama Heidi. That's Vinat. She's the heart of Heidelin. She becomes the heart of Heidelin. We hung out with her. We hung out with the original Emmett Selk before he became evil Emperor Solus von Galvus, whatever his name is. And we hung out with Hythlodaeus. I can finally say it right, even though he's not with us anymore. Hythlodaeus. But we discovered that Hermes, who becomes Fandaniel during the final days, he's the Fandaniel of the final days, he discovered Dynamis, and he decided to make creatures like Meteon and the other Meteora sisters. He decided to make them to explore the stars, to ask other intelligent life what is their meaning to life, what gives them the reason to live. Unfortunately, all the reports came back bad. All the civilizations were dead, and it looked like a lot of them were self-inflicted. And then when the sisters throughout the rest of the report looked into the history and literature and even communed with the spirits of the dead, they discovered that all these civilizations basically gave up on life at some point or another, either through war or even through joy. There was one story where they were so full of joy they had no reason to live anymore. So Meteon took it upon herself, her and her sisters took it upon themselves to decide that existence is meaningless. So why put people through that torture of negative emotion for their entire existence? So her and her sisters decide to grant a blessing unto the star of Aetheris, and that is to end their existence. She then leaves, and we find out that Meteon and her sisters are the trigger of the final days. From all around the cosmos, I guess, they are somehow weakening the etherical shield around Aetheris, and when there's enough low ether, Dynamis, or Akasha as it was called before, can take hold, and those negative emotions that Meteon is trying to free everyone from takes over the body. Now, in their time, because they have creation magics and they're so dense with ether, they can't change, so the creation magic start creating these monsters. In our time, because our souls are sundered, we're not as dense of etheric balance, we turn into the monsters. And again, when we turn into monsters, our ether leaves our bodies, we're full of Dynamis, and that's what fuels us. So, we knew the truth, but unfortunately Hermes, being, I don't know why, decided it was up to him to decide if mankind was worthy of existing, because he was in charge of Elpis. And he decided that mankind had to be put through Meteon's trial, basically. So he wiped everyone's memory, including his own, of the past few days, and gave a false memory stating that Meteon died, that she dissipated, to then see if mankind could fight this trial, basically, and prove their existence. Now, I need to remember this because I need to remember everything that happened so I can tell my peeps back in the future. So Vinat and Hythlodaeus and Emmett Selk got me out of the chamber before the memory machine went off. So I remember everything, and Vinat remembers everything too because she escaped with me. She helped me out. Hythlodaeus, Emmett Selk, and Hermes did not remember. So I don't even exist to them anymore. So let's go ahead and talk to Vinat. I have to get back to my time to tell them the truth. Which means everything I did will not affect the future. We're not back to the futuring this because everyone's memory was wiped. Are you feeling all recovered? I understand that your exertions were more than purely physical. But resting one's body, if only for a moment, is never without merit. As for Hermes, I think it unlikely he will create more Intellicles. He poured much of himself into Meteon, and now that she and her sisters are gone, dissipated in his mind, the grief must be unbearable. He will blame himself. He will believe that, had he never acknowledged his dissatisfaction with the world, that the Matea would never have been born to suffer and die. The offer to join the 14 will be a welcome distraction, and one day hence, he will face the advent of the final days in the role of Finn Daniel. So I'm trying to think, how do I get back? I mean, now enter, yeah, okay. So I'm thinking, how do I get back to the future? Since I was teleported to the past. Now, in the Crystal Tower, it was really going between worlds, and I needed Graha to do it. I wonder if she's just gonna, like, put me in a pot on the moon or something, I don't know. Teheka, listen to me. Our duty now is not to denounce Hermes for his misguided determination, or to convince Emet-Selch and Hythlodaeus that they have been deceived. No, we must instead ensure that the experiences Hermes sought to expurge are preserved. What remains in our memories alone will be our weapon against the final days. You must fight this battle in your age, and I in mine. Come, let us walk together once more. I will see you to the doors of the Procleon. Oh my god, like, we're the only ones that remember, so when the final day starts happening and Vana is there, she's gonna know. And she's gonna know what's causing it, and there's nothing she can do. Because history states that they summoned Zodiark first, and then after the first, I think, 2 summonings of Zodiark, that's when they summon Hydaelyn, and that's when she becomes Hydaelyn's heart. That's why Hydaelyn looks like her. How do we get back to my time? I bet she's gonna get me back to my time. She doesn't want me here the final days. Your time in this age is drawing to an end. Upon speaking with Vana, several cutscenes will play in sequence. It is recommended to set sufficient time aside to view these in their entirety. Yeah, I have the time. Let's go. I gotta look at look at the time.
So, it is within. The portal that brought you hither.
Oh.
And will take you home.
Yes, this is where we part ways, or perhaps I should stay and help. Oh, this is where we part ways. I should have changed my outfit back. Excuse me.
May you and yours emerge triumphant. Make use of the knowledge you have gained, that your days in Elpis and our friend's sacrifice be not in vain. With Meteion free to pursue her designs, 'tis only a matter of time until the final days are upon us. We must be ready. From fortifying our defenses to securing our escape, there is much to be done. In spite of this, we cannot allow the report that set this calamity in motion to become common knowledge. Were the masses to learn the fates of the other stars, I fear the situation would spiral out of our control. I must carefully consider who can be trusted and bring them into the fold. Ordinarily, I wouldn't hesitate to call upon the 14. However, it was the desire for a fair determination that drove Hermes to attempt to erase our memories. And were he made aware of his actions, there is no telling whether he would remain a friend or become a foe. Alternately, we might try to alienate him from the convocation. Yet in doing so, we would deprive ourselves of a brilliant mind who would be invaluable in the crises to come. Quite the dilemma. Which is why I must work independently of the convocation.
Which is why she does do that.
Regardless of how we proceed, if we are to permanently avert the final days, we must be equal to Hermes' challenge. We must prove that mankind is worthy to exist. And this hinges, I think, on how we confront the all-consuming despair that accompanies a senseless and seemingly inevitable end. Bewildered and divided, we would perish like the peoples of those celestial ruins. We could not hope to survive the final days, much less take the battle to Meteon at her nest. We must find a way to defeat despair, to unite and prepare as many as possible for the struggle ahead. Heavy will weigh the burden of guiding this legion of souls. Yet I have faith in mankind's potential. As long as he believes in himself, there is naught he cannot achieve. So I will not give up on him. On us. You may find your world to be very different. Or perhaps the erasure of our friends' memories has sown the seeds of a conjunction between us. We cannot know until the moment is at hand. So shall I strive to do my best, taking naught for granted as I walk my path. And I pray you walk with me to the end. As you move forward, so too will I, as will all, resolved to fight for the morrow. And when mankind has found the strength to stand against despair...
Sorry, I had to take a picture.
we shall silence the song of oblivion. She who sings it will learn our journey is far from over. This I promise.
Oh, Heidi.
Fare you well, my light of the future, till we meet again.
So long. Should have changed my outfit though. Should have went back to the Black Mage garb. Bye. I'm going back. So we'll see how these events changed my time, but I doubt they changed them at all. I should change my garb. Oh well. It's a nice ring I'm taking back with me.
From this day forth, I shall strive to bring honor to the seat of Vandani.
So he accepts it. And then the final days. Am I going into the memory? I'm not supposed to go to that point in time! Camera.
Even now, I remember standing there, locked in a moment where the sky is aflame. Where stars fall as tears, and screams darken the seas. Where resignation rots the trees. Where terror twists magics into abominations.
Same.
Such is the lament of they who have gone before.
It's creation magic's.
The song of they who tried and failed to create a better world. The song of the end.
Oh my god.
That which hides at the edge of the universe is no longer hope's creation. It is hopelessness incarnate.
That's when he sacrifices himself to become Zodiac. Ithildius is one of the souls that sacrifices.
That day, mankind saw half of its number sacrificed to bring forth Zodiac.
Oh, that's when
And covering the star in a shroud of ether, we forestalled the final days. Yet the cries echoed still. We wept for innocence lost, wailed for death inevitable. A reality too terrible to bear. And for too many who sought comfort in gilded memories of joyful days and tranquil nights.
This is all wrong. Why must we suffer so?
It needn't be like this. No. There must be a way to restore things to the way they were. To reclaim the perfect paradise we once had.
No, my friends. Suffering exists, and we cannot pretend otherwise. No civilization, however great, could eliminate it. If we would live, we must accept it as our constant companion. Let us not seek to forget this tragedy. Let us carry it in our hearts, that we may grow stronger and know true happiness.
We can't accept it. We won't accept it. It will be ours again. A world free of sorrow.
No, it will not. For there has ever been sorrow. Mankind was but spared its biting sting for a time. So please, open your eyes. To try and reclaim those lives we lost by sacrificing yet more isn't wisdom. It is weakness. No paradise is without its shadows. If we cannot accept this truth and learn from our pain, then our plight shall be repeated.
And it is. They do. They sacrifice another half of the population to restore things as they were. The first is to stop the days. The second is to restore, and then they try to do it again to kill all the new life. To bring all those who were sacrificed before. No, they give up.
O mighty Zodiac! God, born of our boundless faith, we bid you, hear our prayer. Accept this offering of lives, and deliver unto us the lives we once had. Deliver unto us the days of old, the days when the star was a font of love, and we knew naught but bliss.
And he's gonna take them all. Oh, is she gonna kill them? To stop their summoning?
You would destroy it? Our beautiful world?
Lands that stretched on forever. Skies one could drown in. The heartbeat of nature, silent yet strong. And amidst it all, a people. Beacons of light and life. Laughter that warmed my heart like naught else before. They are my meaning and my purpose. My love. In spite of, or perhaps because of this, I choose to believe in mankind's potential, in his ability to find a way forward. So let there be no way back. From that temptation, I sunder us.
This is when she becomes Hydaelyn?
No more shall man have wings to bear him to paradise.
That's why she sunders the world.
Henceforth, he shall walk.
This is when she becomes Hydaelyn. So she becomes Hydaelyn upon the second summoning, not the third summoning. When they tried to summon a second time to kill everything, to bring everything back to normal, that's when she becomes Hydaelyn. That's when she sunders Zodiark. That's when she sunders the world. She didn't sunder him just to entrap him. She sundered him to purposely split our ether. Because she believes in mankind. Another 14
All is
shards.
excruciating pain. I breathe fire and torment.
Oh my goodness. Come on,
I
Mahayana.
birth a world of suffering to mire and plague.
Oh my god.
In one fleeting moment, lives come and go, ever moving towards the unknown. And in that fleeting moment, they cry for the answer to the question.
Why?
Why, given life, are they meant to suffer, to die? As fragmented, imperfect beings, yours is a never-ending quest. A quest to find your purpose, knowing your end is assured. To find the strength to continue when all strength has left you. To find joy even as darkness descends.
Oh my god.
And amidst deepest despair, light everlasting.
Oh my god. Oh my god, she's been suffering for millennia.
A conjunction has begun to form, an intertwining of your time and mine.
We did do something.
When
did
you
something.
truly understand what is at stake, and your journey has prepared you to surmount the insurmountable, then shall I honor the promise made in another time,
That's what she was talking about.
another age.
That's what she was talking about. Oh my gosh. That promise was to me, not a promise to the people, but to me when I literally met her. That's it. She's been suffering. She's been suffering this whole time. She has been suffering. Cannot black climber place here. Report to Kryl. Oh, I'm gonna report to my home first. She's been suffering this whole time. You saw how, like, she just got more covered and covered in darkness in that black uck. In her eyes, her piercing blue eyes, the light. She sundered us so we may have a reason to live. So here's the thing, the question. Given life, why must we suffer and die? That helped us become stronger. Okay, so, what was I saying before? Yes, so she purposely sundered us, not just to trap away Zodiark, because by sundering the world, she was able to trap Zodiark in a sundered form, basically locking 14 keys. But, I put the hat on. But she also purposely sundered us so we wouldn't be immortal anymore, that we would have to live through the struggle of life and death, because Ancients, Amarantines, Ascians, they're pretty much immortal. They chose when they wanted to die. There was such a dense amount of ether, they could just keep living and living and living. The first time they ever experienced dying, not of their own accord, was the final days, because their creation magics were creating these monsters from the Akasha, and those monsters were killing them. So she purposely sundered us to give us a reason to live. That the eternal struggle of trying to live and that suffering would be what we needed to continue living. Oh! To the Valdesian Annex. Yeah, I'm at 31 minutes. Where is Valdesia? No, wrong one. Don't want to go there. We want to go to Old Charlian. Not Labyrinthos. Whew! That was deep. Okay. Boy, guys, do I have a story for you. I went to the past. I met Emmett Selk before he was an evil nincompoop. I met Mama Heidi before she was Mama Heidi. I saw the world before it ended. Wow. Hika, impeccable timing as always. I'd heard you were off to the first part of our efforts to investigate the final days. Well, as so often seems to be the case, while you were away, we've had a few developments, which we can discuss in just a moment. For now, however, I cannot tell you how wonderful it is to have you back. And how wonderful it is to be back, my friend. Level 88, 545, new weapon! Yes. So, have you learned more of the final days? I've learned everything. And the journey was well worth the risk. No doubt your newfound knowledge will be a great boon to us all. Unfortunately, during your time on the first, events here have taken a turn for the worst. The Scions are running themselves ragged trying to contain the spread of blasphemies, and it's a losing battle. To try and ascertain the where and why of it, Alice and Alphino have been traveling all over. Of all the regions they visited, Locus Amonis is one of the worst affected. Thancred, Estinian, and Graha took a detachment of allied soldiers to offer aid and succor of those in need. But the province is vast. They've only managed to visit a handful of coastal villages. It was an accomplishment worth celebrating still, but a drop in the bucket at best. In the meantime, Estrella and Master Matoria have been making a concerted effort to establish contact with Highland in the Ethereal Sea, but to no avail. As for Totteru and I, we've been keeping a close eye on the Forum. From what we gather, they've been constructing a vessel to ferry people to the moon, an ambitious project that has likely been years, if not decades, in the making. However, since we've seen no sign of it thus far, I suspect it's still incomplete. You'll also recall the proposal issued to by Master Fortuno to the people of Razat Han. Following their discussion, Vitra declared his support for the plan and urged those who wished to evacuate to accept the Forum's invitation. So far, so good, but that's where things get a little strange. Apparently, the Forum caught wind of the lunar teleporter at the Tower of Babel and decided to use it to deliver people to the moon instead of their mysterious ship. Therefore, to secure safe passage for the Hanish refugees to the tower, Alphino, Alisei, Estinio, and Graha traveled to Garlemald not long ago. Trouble is, the capital was hardly the safest place to begin with, and now the final days have come to Garlemald. They're full of despair. Their whole country just fell. Oh, crap. Shortly after our friends arrived, they were sent to rendezvous with Master Fortuno. Then panic broke out and our communication was severed. From what fragments we were able to make up before the link show went completely silent, we can only assume the phenomena has spread to the capital. The others need you, Dega. Please, you must help them. I'm on it. Having you there will make all the difference, I'm sure of it. Camp Broken Glass was their first port of call, so you best start there. Hopefully Lucio will know where they are. There's no telling what you'll be walking into, so you best take every possible precaution. Ah! I just came back from the past! Come on! Oh, every precaution. Okay. Do I have fireworks? I have fireworks. I got 37 foods. I got 700 Sol grains. Oh, I have a bad feeling something's gonna happen to one of my teammates, man. God, there's just so much going on. Okay. Just a second. My ears are crooked. When did my ears get so crooked, guys? Okay, so this one has to go up. This one has to go down. That's better. My ears were crooked. Okay. To Camp Broken Glass, we have, let's re-up the food. We got 37 more. We got plenty more. I'm not changing my outfit back. We're just gonna keep it as is. Where's Camp Broken Glass? Where's Camp Broken Glass? There it is. It's a bard. Let's go! Can't say to the moon anymore. We've already been there. To Garlemald! Hi, Lucia. Oh, she's got a marker thing around her. Oh, okay, hold on. Oh, I have a feeling we're about to go into battle. Take it, not a moment too soon. The skies of Garlemald are ablaze, and it's events on the ground that concern me. As you have heard, your fellow Scions arrived ahead of you. We cut the customary greeting short after we received word from our troops on the Magna Glaciers that the Forum's airship had landed. It was then that the heavens began to burn. I dispatched your friends at once to ensure the refugees come to no harm. I would have you join them immediately. Additional support is en route, but we will discuss them later. I trust you're ready to depart? I am ready. Upon departing to Magna Glaciers, several cutscenes plan secrets. It's recommended that you set aside sufficient time for these cutscenes in their entirety. In addition, you will be required to participate in battle. Your progress will be saved at certain points. Please note that your progress will be lost. This is gonna be a shorter video because I'm about to get into something really long, and I just did something really long. Oh my god. It's coming to a head. It's coming to a head. Alexander, I need you. Up that timer. Okay, this is gonna be a shorter video because this is apparently it's gonna be really long. I'll try to figure out what to do with this. Oh my god, things are coming to a head like you wouldn't believe. So then, until next time, thanks for watching. Bye-bye!